Thank you, Mr. Speaker. As are all important milestones in life, this is, for me as well, a bittersweet moment. My family lost my brother-in-law to AIDS-related illness in 1996, and he was a good guy. Now, on the bill. As we gather today in this chamber, and soon, hopefully, in the chamber across the hall, to debate the most important issues that we as Americans can debate, and that is, of course, the rights of our fellow citizens, we ought to reflect for a moment on the wisdom of the founders who established the remarkable governmental and the remarkable political framework in which we are fortunate enough to find ourselves this evening. But it's also important to recognize that those founders who wrote our federal and our state constitutions, and by the way, our state constitution is written by New Yorker John Jay, who goes on to become our first United States Supreme Court Justice. Each of these men were the beneficiaries of the Enlightenment, and among the particular goals of the Enlightenment was to provide freedom from superstition, freedom from rigid traditions that were blind to reality, freedom from tyranny, while at the very same time promoting tolerance and understanding, and particularly tolerance for different religious beliefs. In the context of today's debate, the Enlightenment is important for several reasons, because it's during the Enlightenment that the concept of marriage changes, and changes dramatically. But it's not until the Enlightenment that people are able to actually marry because they love each other. Before that time, the reasons for marriage had little to do with passion, compassion, or with love. So I think that what we are doing here in today's debate is simply carrying on the remarkable tradition of the Enlightenment, which may well be an essential part of the genius of our nation. And in doing so, I don't ask any one of us to change his or her fundamental religious belief. But I do ask, and more than that, New Yorkers demand, that each of us stand up to protect the rights of our fellow citizens. And finally, let me add two things. One, we all value, or we all should value, fundamental fairness, and find the notion of inferior and superior classes of citizens to be un-American. We know that only second-class states have second-class citizens. And secondly, we Americans have always had to fight for our rights. And what we do here this evening is to fight for and take a major step toward vindicating the rights of our brothers, our sisters, our parents, children, and grandchildren. And to those who may be wavering, either in this room or especially in the Senate, it doesn't say much for us as a people that we are afraid to fight for the rights of our families. Finally, to the proponents and the sponsors of this bill, who have fought so long and so hard, and to all the others who have fought so hard and so long to get us to what I hope will be this historic moment, let me simply say that it's my sense that some way, somewhere, somehow, Mr. Jefferson, Mr. Adams, Mr. Madison, Mr. Franklin, and our very own Mr. Jay have smiles on their faces.